welcome Stephen Skybell.
Jeden soll sein freilich, schon nicht lang, ich hoff. Jews, let's all be happy. I hope it won't be long. Sagt bald die Milchome, es kommt bald sehr sof. Soon the war will finish, and they'll have to change their song. Freilich nur nicht sagen, und nicht darum kein Trieb. Be happy, don't worry, don't go around with gloom. Hat Geduld, bitokhn, und nehmt als unverlieb. Und nehmt als unverlieb. Have faith and patience and take it all with love. Yes, take it all with love. Ja, hat bitokhn und nehmt als unverlieb. Ja, und nehmt als unverlieb. Only faith and patience, but keep in your hands our old faithful weapons from our native land. Sing and dance, you butchers, long it will not take. Once there was a Haman, and his will be your fate. Yes, his will be your fate. Jij dijken wennen hommen, es wordt auf euch sein Sof. Es wird auf euch sein Sof. Jews can bear the pain and the hardest labor. We can stand the strain. Sweeping, let us sweep then. We know what they mean. But despite the sweeping, there's nothing will be clean. No, nothing will be clean. Schwet doch nicht werden rein. Schwet doch nicht werden rein. Washing, let us wash then, the blood-red mark of Cain. But poor Abel's heart blood will wash away in vain. Chase us from our homes now, cut our beards as well. Jews, let's all be happy, for they can go to hell. Yes, they can go to hell. Waschen soll sein waschen, Kains reiter Fleck. Hebels Blut von Herzen, das wascht sich nicht weg. Treibt uns von die Tieres, schneit uns ab die Bird. Jeden soll sein freilich, wir haben sie entdreht, wir haben sie entdreht. Wir haben sie entdreht. Yes, they can go to hell. Wir haben sie entdreht. Yes, they can go to hell.
Chicago, please welcome your host, Rabbi Charles Sabanor.
We are here. We are here, Chicago. It's really, it's wonderful for me personally to be back. Chicago holds a very, very special place in my heart. I really do think it really is the first city in the country. And a special shout out to my home away from home, the Anshe Amit Synagogue community. This evening, tonight, we gather to commemorate Kristallnacht, which took place 85 years ago. On November 9th and 10th, 1938, Nazi leaders unleashed a series of pogroms against the Jewish population of Germany. This government-sanctioned, targeted wave of vandalism and destruction of Jewish-owned businesses, synagogues, and homes literally littered the streets with shattered glass. Beyond the physical damage, Kristallnacht destroyed any semblance of security for German Jews. Over 30,000 Jewish males were rounded up and taken to concentration camps, essentially kidnapped that night, only to be followed by homosexuals, political protesters, gypsies, Roma. But the night of broken glass was the first time Nazi officials made massive arrests of Jews, specifically because they were Jews. Kristallnacht, as we know, represents just one horrific chain of events during the Holocaust that took the lives of over 6 million Jews and millions of other civilians who were systematically murdered by the Nazis in the concentration camps, killing fields, and the ghettos. The song we just heard, which was performed by the amazing Steven Skybell, is called Minutn von bitokhn, which means moments of security, moments of certainty. It was written by the Yiddish songwriter Mordechai Gebertig in the Krakow ghetto. The defiant lyrics encourage Jews to be patient, as we just heard, and strong, with the conviction that justice will come and justice will be done to their enemies. Be happy. Don't worry. Don't go around with gloom. Live with faith and patience, and take it all with love. During the war, this song connected so strongly with the hearts of the Jews of Krakow that the underground Jewish resistance, the partisans, embraced it as their anthem. Months later, in 1942, when Mordechai refused to get on a train for deportation, Nazis shot him and killed him in cold blood on the spot. Moments of certainty. Nothing could be farther from the truth on November 9th, 1938. Certainty and security were a fading dream during an ongoing nightmare. Tonight's concert brings us together to remember the 6 million, and equally important, to celebrate their courage in the face of unimaginable cruelty and intentional evil. We notice that this opening piece in many of the songs this evening may actually sound a little peppy, scrappy, and even, I dare say, happy. Not necessarily what we might expect from a Holocaust concert. It might be what we expect from an amazing concert at the Salt Shed, which, by the way, I'm glad you all found it. It's great. But a Holocaust concert? The truth is, the music of the Holocaust is not all sad. We will discover that when life is uncertain, not every thought was about death. The beautiful music we will hear this evening is as much about love, hope, faith, and family as it is about sadness, longing, and despair. This opening piece, Moments of Security, in almost every song tonight, however, pose a challenge for us. These songs sound like they could have been written today, or at least within the last 30 days. Moments of certainty. Nothing could be farther from the truth today for the Jewish community. Certainty and security feel elusive, out of reach, and perhaps just an illusion. I'm writing these words this morning, finishing up the talk, and I get a call from a friend in Jerusalem. Your son is okay. Turn on the news. There was an attack, it says in the old city. It was near the old city. But we just spoke to your son and he's okay. I need to name the elephant in the room. The massacres perpetrated by Hamas 30 days ago in Israel and the onslaught of anti-Semitism worldwide has left the Jewish community scared, scarred, and uncertain. Let me be clear. We mourn the loss of all innocent lives on both sides of this conflict. We stand against hatred in all forms, and in many ways, that's the genesis of our concert. But hatred is spreading. Hatred is spreading. Expressions of hatred and violence towards the Jewish people have dramatically increased in the last 5 years. When I bumped into Ira Antelis on the street when he told me about his dream that we're actualizing here tonight, let alone the past 30 days. But it isn't just anti-Semitism. All forms of hatred, racism, and bigotry are on the rise, online and in the streets, in supermarkets, schools, college campuses, and at community celebrations. Fear and hatred threaten to break the bonds of our society. Thus, we cannot but wonder, 80 years after the Holocaust, whether the words "never again" can ever have meaning again. When attacks against Jews around the world happen again and again, never again has tragically become a question. If the Holocaust taught us anything, hatred begins with words, and it ends with pain, shame, and loss of life. At a moment of great uncertainty, it would be too easy to hide, to retreat, and be silenced. But the music of the Holocaust keeps reminding us, pushing us, inspiring us to move forward. In response to the hatred in our uncertain times, our production team turned towards love. Instead of retreating, we widened our eyes. We invited different voices to sing, remember, and hope. And the answer time after time was, count me in. We are here. And whenever our team questioned whether our idealistic vision was too big or too late or in the past few weeks too risky, your enthusiasm for this experience exclaimed, "We are here." And suddenly this concert underwent a transformation from a sacred commemoration of history to a public declaration of hope and understanding today. Friends, we use the words hope, peace, and they're like chicken soup for the soul, you know? But the idea of peace and hope can be very threatening. Hatred's a hard thing to let go of. If only we knew the right song. These songs were written 80 years ago, but they have a powerful message for us today. They remind us of the damage evil can do as much as the power each one of us possesses to respond. It means so much to us, our team, that we are here. Not just that we are here, but that we are here together. Ira Antelis and I and the whole production team are excited to welcome to the Salt Shed elected officials, foreign dignitaries, faith leaders, Holocaust educators, media personality, Bill Curtis, the voice of God, by the way, and students of all ages. Further, tonight we are honored that several Holocaust survivors are with us. Your lives are an inspiration to all of us about perseverance and faith and hope, and your presence elevates the significance of this moment. In the face of daily degradation and unspeakable horror, the Jews living during the Shoah, the Holocaust, tapped into a reservoir of strength and hope, frequently expressed through song. These songs that we're going to hear tonight are a roadmap of how we can face uncertainty in our time, with the conviction that tomorrow can be better than today. Let us sing, "We Are Here."
Please welcome WGN Radio's Bob Surratt.
From the fiery anthem of our opening song, we transition to an intimate ballad of love and mourning. What you will be hearing in a second here, the voice of writer and activist Shmerka Kaczerginski. In September of 1941, tens of thousands of Jews from the Vilna region of Lithuania were forcibly taken to the ghetto. Understanding the danger, Shmerka tried to evade capture by pretending to be a deaf mute to hide his thick Yiddish accent. Ultimately, by spring of 1942, he was in the Vilna ghetto along with his wife and the love of his life, Barbara Kaufman.